As a native of Lee's Summit, Missouri, which I've driven by the way, going up to Iowa, so I want you to know that. I understand a visit to OSU and the Spears School of Business convinced you to become a cowboy. What was it? What did the trick?
It was the people, it was the feeling, the culture, and really looking back now, seeing how God kind of wove my story over the last few years and led me there. But it all started because my sister said, why don't you check out a few schools in Oklahoma? I had a great time at OBU and you need to check out OSU. I think you'll like it. And ever since then, obviously, I'm wearing the orange proud. For me, I knew that if I wanted to do business or do something internationally, that international business or international policy would be a way to do that. But I think at the same time, I realized that photojournalism is a hobby and is a passion and maybe wasn't a career choice. And so I've actually been able to toggle both sides of that fence of doing the arts and the business and together now owning a photography business and owning the truck you see behind me. But really, I think for me, it was a dual passion of the business side and the language side that really piqued my interest. I do love to travel, and it really started as a 13-year-old on my first mission trip. So my family allowed me to go, I think in the 7th grade, to Puerto Rico, and getting out of Missouri and out of the Midwest on my first trip was really exciting. And since then, over the last 17 or so years, I'm now 30, have visited over 40 countries and doing photography in each of them for not only myself for enjoyment, but also as a paid photographer for international humanitarian groups, international missions, from water wells to orphanages and more. But I really, really had an incredible experience on my study abroad trips, one with Spears and two with the university, that really opened my eyes to the opportunity to live abroad, study abroad, grow my ability to just travel, but also connect with other cultures, how businesses work abroad. And I think even the truck, which I'll tell you more about, is really something that was sparked on my study abroad trip in 2010.
Looking at your resume when you were here at OSU was pretty impressive. You were Business Student Council president, you were OSU student body vice president, you were a Spears ambassador, member of the alumni board. What really drove you to seek those experiences as a student?
I don't think I know exactly what drove me to be involved in all them, but I really just love the university and I love what Oklahoma State stands for, what the faculty and the staff are about, which is about, campus leadership, servant leadership, serving the community, connecting with people and supporting those around you. So really an opportunity that I think all alumni have is to serve their community. It doesn't have to be on the board of their local chapter, but it could just be engaging students and families and telling really their story about how Oklahoma State formed their campus leadership or their ability to travel or different things. So Rooted is a program that I started with some friends that's now a national program, and we're at 4 universities and growing. It's an official 501c3, and we have an opportunity to serve. Really, our target is for the freshmen and getting them connected to their peers and getting them connected to their churches. One thing that always stuck out to me at Spears was the phrase, when opportunity meets passion, you'll find success. And so when you're not just sitting around, but when you're passionate and you're working and then there's opportunity that comes, there's kind of that merge point of the ability to kind of progress forward.
So tell us about the whole story about the truck, the business, everything.
Yeah, so we're here live with the truck. Like you mentioned, it's a 1948 farm truck that I found in a barn in LaGrange, Texas, and an antique store. It did not look like this, was not running. It was full of bugs and all kinds of craziness, but basically gutted it down, restored it, and created a coffee and acai truck, or a coffee shop on wheels, effectively. But my immediate vision for the truck is that we would take off all of the sheet metal, remove all of the wood, and really kind of spruce it up, make it look old school. As you can see, it's right behind me, but make it look like something that people would want in front of their wedding, or in front of a park, or some of our events here in Houston are booking the truck for farmers markets or for different things. So it sells coffee, acai, which is a smoothie product, popsicles, tea, and some treats. So it's a very small operation, but we're booking up on weekends and nighttime events.
Well, Kyle, it's a pleasure to catch up with you, and appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. We're very proud of you and all your accomplishments. And your continued support of Spears, but also OSU. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be on with you, and really the opportunity gain these skills through Spears and through Oklahoma State. I'm truly grateful to be representing alumni here in the city, but also just to get to talk with you today.